So far we've reached the finals of the Euros with dark horses Serbia, as well as with our mystery shirt nation Turkey, and we've even managed to win it with the Netherlands using FM24's most popular tactic. So this time let's try something more random, as we spin the wheel of Euros nations to see who we get next, and it looks like it's gonna be Germany. Good thing I had this shirt handy, but the randomness does not stop there. As we also spin the wheel for our tactical style, Gegenpress would be great here, but we get direct counterattack. We also spin for formation to match the tactical style, and we get
4-4-2.
So it's the German Mannschaft, but with a distinctly English flavour so far. Let's do 2 more spins for random player roles. First, a Carrilero. Okay, we can make that work. And the final spin gives us a Shadow Striker. Okay, so we take charge of one of the favourites, the host nation no less. So let's see how this direct counter-attacking formation works. It's not quite 4-4-2 in shape, as of course the Shadow Striker needs to go into the attacking midfield slot. We've also added our Carrilero in the midfield position. Is that going to work as part of 2 banks of 4? Well, we're about to find out. As I met the media, there were inevitably questions about my English heritage, and how that would affect my approach, especially if we faced England in the future. We'll come back to that. The squad was, as usual, the real-life one. Ilkay Gundogan will be key to our midfield in that Carrilero role, where he will be partnered by the versatile Kimmich. And we'll try to fit the wonderkid Musiala in somewhere. Up front we will go with Füllkrug as a target man. Then we have a few options to take on that Shadow Striker role. Florian Wirtz is probably the first choice, but we could also go for Kai Havertz, or maybe even veteran Thomas Müller. To make the formation more 4-4-2 and more direct, we've gone with high tempo and direct passing, and long kicks to be punted to the target man. Hopefully the Shadow Striker will run onto his knockdowns. Given our talents in central midfield, we will be looking to play through the middle, and we will of course press often. So with the talent we have at our disposal, maybe it can work. It didn't work so well first time out against Ukraine in a warm-up friendly, but with a few personnel changes we enjoyed more success against Slovenia. How would we fare in our opening game against Scotland, though? Well, we did not get anywhere near the heights of the real-life performance, but we did get the win, a single goal off a set play. Job done and on to the Hungary game, which did feature this time a goal from open play, but overall it was much the same as the first match, an efficient but dull 1-0. Against Switzerland we had a man advantage after this red card early in the second half, but couldn't capitalise as we played out a tepid 0-0 draw. Still, we had topped the group with no goals conceded. Only 2 scored though. Slightly better than England in real life, I suppose. I made some tactical tweaks ahead of the second round game with Denmark, switching sides for the Shadow Striker and target forward, and swapping the inverted winger for a regular one. And, dear viewers, it did the trick. We started with a header by Tar from a Kroos corner, but in the second half we scored with some proper football, playing it through the middle to set up Müller, that winger doing the trick, and then just what we had ordered with this tactical choice, a counter-attacking goal with the ball coming through to Deniz Undav, 3-0 and finally an emphatic win. But we would face a much tougher challenge next, as we took on Spain. Then it was back to the set plays for this one as Sane lofted a free kick to Shadow Striker Wirtz, enough to win it, and deservedly so, as we restricted our opponents to a single shot on target. Into the semi-finals then, and quite a formidable Final Four we have here, with us facing Portugal and a potential final with England or France awaiting. And again our Shadow Striker was involved as Wirtz was picked out by Havertz. Same scorer and almost the same minute to win those last 2 games, though this time it was not quite so deserved. So we have made it all the way to the final, playing a counter-attacking 4-4-2. Denmark aside, it hasn't been pretty, but we've got this far without conceding a goal. And now we face that moment the media were speculating about so much when I took charge of the Mannschaft, facing my home country, England, in the final no less. I mean, I know it's only a game and all, but can I do this, really? Can I lead Germany to victory over England in the final? Will I stop it coming home? Well, in the first half, nothing was coming or going anywhere as both sides played out a dull, goalless 45 minutes of football. I mean, how do you counter-attack a team that doesn't attack? That would all change in the second half as Stones gave England the lead. Our first goal conceded in this tournament, and it was in the final. That turned out to be the shot in the arm we needed, though, as the ball went into the England area and a penalty was given. A handball by Stones, from hero to villain, inside 2 minutes. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention about the way I set up the set pieces for Germany. I chose goalkeeper Manuel Neuer as the penalty taker, and he didn't disappoint. After 2 goals in 2 frantic minutes, the game reverted to a snooze fest and extra time ensued. And it took a mere 5 minutes for the excitement to return as we worked some counter-attacking magic, responding to Rice's misplaced cross, with Sane bringing the ball forward to Kimmich, who then picked out Deniz Undav, the Brighton striker, rounding the keeper, which proved to be enough for us to lift the trophy on home soil, while England, well, sorry England. That means we have now won the Euros twice in 4 attempts. So I think for the next video, we will try one of the other continental championships taking place this summer.